Normal cells perform many functions essential to maintaining good health. They must be able to take in nutrition and eliminate waste or toxins. Normal cells must defend themselves from intruders like unfriendly bacteria, fungi, viruses, and free radicals, and repair the damage done by them. In addition, cells must work together as a team, communicating with other cells to achieve optimal organ and immune system function. Research has already proven our cells need certain essential nutrients, 26 different vitamins, 72 or more trace minerals, numerous fatty acids, and amino acids. Since our bodies don't produce these, we must get them from our diet. Recently, scientists have discovered that there are at least 8 sugars, called monosaccharides, that our cells also need for optimal function. Inside cells, these sugars combine with protein strands and form complex structures called glycoforms. The exterior of a healthy cell is covered with a dense forest of these glycoforms. Glycoforms can exchange infinite combinations of information depending on their shape and charge. Glycoforms are present on the surface of all cells and actually prevent viruses, bacteria, and other enemy cells from entering a healthy cell by blocking the entrance to the cell's surface. Glycoforms can hold on to an enemy cell until an immune system cell can arrive to destroy it. Healthy immune system cells can also accurately identify normal cells and not interfere with their function. Cells covered with glycoforms enable clear and accurate cell-to-cell and system-to-system communication, creating an information superhighway within the body. Glycoforms play a vital role in every human physiological process: immune system response, tissue regeneration, cell replication, growth, and structural stability. They are even responsible for the attraction of sperm cells to an egg cell surface to foster fertilization. Without vital sugars and a variety of other micronutrients, cells cannot create glycoforms. The result is a breakdown in cellular communication and immune system response. Depleted cells are unable to defend themselves effectively, so cell structures can be damaged and are not effective in healing and regenerating. In this weakened state, cells cannot communicate effectively, compromising the body's ability to identify problems. They are also unable to destroy pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, and fungi, and cannot identify mutated cells so the immune system can eliminate them. For example, when a person suffers from an autoimmune disorder, their compromised immune system may respond inappropriately and treat altered normal cells as intruders and destroy them. It may allow mutated cells to proliferate, or the immune system may not respond at all, leaving the body extremely vulnerable to many types of infectious agents.
A little over 10 years ago, I had some very serious health challenges, which made me begin to look at a lot of material. I began to look at books, I began to look at articles, I began to look at the internet, and I kind of concluded that what one put into one's body had a huge influence on the various healing systems that are already in your body in terms of fortifying them. And, you know, I began to recognize that, yes, traditional medicine is good, but also, you know, looking at some addition of natural products, you know, making sure that people are well hydrated, making sure that people get the right amount of exercise, the right amount of sleep, and very importantly, putting the right kinds of nutrition into them to fortify their body and allow them to fight is by far the best way to go. And the thing that really struck me, was glycoscience, glycobiology, and how that could impact, for instance, the immune system or various other aspects of the human body, what it could do. And it attracted me to the point that I actually began using those kind of products. I still use them to this very day. And I can't say that that's the reason that I feel so healthy, but I can say that it made me feel different, and that's why I continue to use it more than 10 years later. The wonderful thing about a company like Manatech is that they recognize that when God made us, He gave us the right fuel. And that fuel was the right kind of healthy food.
In 1990, the University of Oxford quoted that glycoscience is the fastest growing science in medical world. And in 2003, the MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, said that glycoscience is one of the 10 emerging technologies that will change the world. Glycoscience is entering mainstream medicine. Today, here at TEDx, I want to share my passion for glycobiology with you. I want to share my knowledge and my experience. I am excited about the impact that good sugars can have for all of you. Healthy or ill, young or old, in good or top or bad condition. We already knew that our sugars. Most of people think of sugar, the bad sugars. The word sugars is quite confusing. When we think of sugar, we think of the sugar that we put into our coffee or tea, the sugars that we eat too much, sugars that can cause a lot of health problems. No, I'm not talking about these bad sugars. Today I'm talking about good sugars. I call them smart sugars or essential sugars. We already knew that our cells need vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and essential fatty acids. We now know that in addition, our cells need at least 8 essential sugars for cell communication. Let me briefly explain some technical details. Inside cells, these sugars combine to proteins and form the so-called glycoproteins. These glycoproteins form a sort of sugar antennae on the outside of every healthy cell. By means of these sugar antennae, cells communicate with each other. The glycoproteins are built up in a 3-dimensional way. We have long chains, we have short chains, we have branched chains, and we have linear chains. So it looks like a real forest on the outside of every healthy cell. And this forest prevents viruses, bacteria, and other enemy cells to enter a healthy cell by blocking the entrance of the cell surface. The information sent to cells is very, very accurately because of these sugars. These sugars are the fine-tuning for our cell communication. They play a vital role in every human physiological process. Immune system response, tissue regeneration, cell replication, growth and structural stability. They're even responsible for the attraction of sperm cells to an egg cell to foster fertilization. So, where can we get these smart sugars? Well, we have to eat them. 2 of them, glucose and galactose, are readily available in our modern Western diet. Glucose, well, we eat too much. And galactose can be found in a lot of dairy products. The liver can form the other 6 sugars out of glucose and galactose. But we see now that a lot of people, the liver doesn't function optimally because of chronic stress, pollution, age, illness. So it is much more essential for the body to have all the sugars available in our diet. What should we eat then? Well, we should eat like our ancestors did hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Their diet consisted of fruits, vegetables, plants, seeds, seaweeds, and medicinal mushrooms. Today, only 24% of our daily intake consists of fruits and vegetables. And the fruits and vegetables that we eat have suffered from our agricultural methods, the food processing, the widespread use of pesticides and chemical fertilizers. And even if we should eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, then it is still hard to get all these sugars, because these sugars are formed during the sun during the last moments of ripening. Then the sun finishes its glycosylation process. Did you ever taste the difference between a banana that we buy here in the supermarket or a banana that has been ripened on a tree in the Caribbean, for example? That banana in the Caribbean is so much better in taste, so much sweeter. So our fruits and vegetables nowadays are picked green and hardly contain all these sugars, with, of course, consequences for our health and our immune system.
이런 연구 결과가 실제로 존재합니다.
여러 가지 당류를 섭취하기 위해서 과일을 드셔야 되는 건 단지 심장 건강을 위해서 그리고 다른 문제보다도 저는 이 측면을 말씀드리고 싶은데 면역력을 키우는데도 이 당 성분이 반드시 필요하거든요. 근데 이 당이라고 하면 그냥 설탕, 과당과 포도당만으로 이루어진 이 2가지 당만 들어와서는 면역력이 키워지지가 않아요. 그러니까 한 8가지 정도의 필수 당이 필요하다라고 학자들이 이야기를 하는데 여러 가지 그 당들을 섭취하기 위해서는 이 과일만큼 좋은 게 없다는 것이죠. 그래서 이 당 단백질이 하는 일은 세포와 세포 간의 정보를 교신을 합니다. 그러니까 외부에서 세균이 들어오면 면역세포가 가서 적인지 아군인지를 판단하는 것도 이 당 단백질이 건강하게 있어야 되고요. 또 정자와 난자가 만날 때도 당 단백질이 작용을 해서 이 정자를 받아들일지 말지를 결정하게 됩니다. 그래서 불임이 있으신 분들에게도 건강한 당을 섭취하시는 게 도움이 되실 수도 있죠.
예. 그런
You'll be just as accurate as anybody else will be right now. In every conversation, there is one man whose name always turns up and is always tagged as being a favorite. Yet when one wants to become the president of the United States, one has to be ready for the slings and arrows that come with it every day. Let's welcome to Midpoint, pediatric neurosurgeon and author of One Nation, What We Can All Do to Save America's Future. Dr. Ben Carson is here in studio. Dr. Carson, a pleasure to see you again.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you.
All right, let's get right.
Became associated with them by giving a speech. That's when I first learned about them. I actually like what they stand for. I like the idea of supplements because the natural diet is actually very good. The body is made to heal itself based on good nutrition. Is good nutrition.
Do you consider his glyconutrients good nutrition? Because there's people who still wonder if that's real to begin with.
Well, let me put it this way. Personally, I've been taking them for more than a decade. And since I've been taking them, I almost never get sick anymore. I used to get sick a lot.
I just got a cue, says I got about 2 minutes until the president speaks. So before we...
To promote their ideology.
All right, Dr. Carson, I'm going to say thank you.
The most exciting area of research surrounds the ability of the body to activate its own stem cells to be more effective and greatly increase in numbers. Researchers have found that supplementation with a group of saccharides or sugars called glyconutrients can increase the number of stem cells from undetectable levels to trillions within 1 week. These results are incredibly encouraging in that the use of these products eliminates the potential pitfalls of other types of stem cell research, including the costs. It has already been established that these sugars are essential in cell-to-cell communication and have been used with great success in cancer and autoimmune conditions. But it is now becoming apparent that they may play an integral role in activation of stem cells as well. This importance is evident in the fact that the study of these sugars, called glycobiology, has led to 4 recent Nobel Prizes. Positive clinical results are numerous and include a child that was in a completely unresponsive coma for 3 years. Caregivers started giving glyconutritional supplementation through a feeding tube, and within 1 week, hand movement was noted. 3 weeks later, the child was attempting to crawl out of bed, and within 1 year was scheduled to start school. This healing could only have come as a result of brain tissue regeneration utilizing stem cells, and the timing with supplementation of glyconutritionals is more than coincidence. This is just one of the numerous positive results that have been documented utilizing glyconutritional supplementation, proving the old adage that the human body heals itself and nutrition provides the resources to accomplish the task. Thank you.